I've seen a lot of comments lately.
Yeah?
That have been telling me, Corbin, respect your elders.
I've seen that too. What do you mean by that, folks?
They mean you're old and also... Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Reactions, you idiots. I'm Corbin.
And I'm an old geezer who's disrespected by youngins.
That's true. And I disrespect him.
All the time.
And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter for more juicy content.
So juicy.
You do know he's not my teacher anymore, right?
Yep.
Like, that was like over 10 years ago.
No, but they do get blown away by the fact they wish they had like a relationship. It's like, if I ever did that to one of my teachers.
Well, I'm special.
And I'm really happy with, like me and Najeka and a couple other people had really awesome relationships with our students.
Sure.
Yeah.
And thank you for supporting us on Patreon and follow us on
Yes.
Twitter account.
Thank you.
But today,
You just took me back to the movie Us.
oh yeah, we are reacting to
Something good, something fresh. Bring it on, Corbin Miles.
a dance, classical Indian dance.
Really?
I've been wanting to for a while.
Yay.
And because obviously we do really enjoy classical Indian instruments.
Yes.
And we're still going to do that, trust me. And singing, but we haven't done classical Indian.
What kind of dance? Odissi dance?
It is called, I don't want to butcher it, so.
It's Shiva Shambhoo, most watched. Oh my, I hope I get this remotely close.
Yes.
Bharatanatyam Dance.
It's called the Best of Classic Indian Dance. And it's been highly requested for a while, which is probably why it's the first one. But quite excited because,
I know this, they're gonna be barefoot.
yes. Here we go.
I want to see it from the front. Don't do that. Thank you.
Focus on the dance. Great costumes. Cool in shot. So cool.
Who are the dancers?
Let me.
There's the creative directors, choreographed and performed by Swati Jaishankar. I'm going to mispronounce the names, forgive me. Isha Parupudi and Sofia Salingaros.
Music.
By Parshwanath Upadhyay. Vocals G. Srikanth. Okay, whew, I can breathe again.
Whew. First thing that struck me was the costumes.
Yeah. Especially when they go into the pliés and you see the bottom of the costume spread like that. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Man. Because I have no idea what most... I mean, I can appreciate a good dance, of course, but Indian dance is such a different monster.
Yes, and different forms of it.
Yes.
Are different. Like there's I would have to ask. There's the stupid baby who does this.
I'm sure there's lots of stupid babies who do.
Yes, but I know for a fact, and it's not this. I may be completely wrong as far as what this dance is, but that right there, the amount of what that does to the knees and the hands in particular, and the symbolism that's going on in the hands and the story that's being told in the hands, was actually is alluded to, quite not even alluded to, it's talked to, which you haven't seen in Life of Pi. There's stuff that's talking about the shape of the hands and how difficult that dance form is. And that's why I was getting really irritated with the shots that weren't straight on, because that choreography is done in such a way as to be seen from the front. And so much of the three-dimensional things that they were doing, you lose if you go off at an angle. And that's why I kept getting frustrated with them going off to the sides. I wanted to stay in the front visual to watch what they were doing in that three-dimensional picture. And it's so exciting, and I want to know the symbolism of the hands and everything, because they're telling a story.
Oh yeah, and I think it's about the god Shiva, I believe it's because it's
Yeah.
called Shiva.
Yeah, and it started instantly with Shiva. Yes.
Say it for me. Shiva
Shambho.
Shambhoo. And the dance, the first comment, I looked down at the comments that said, can you imagine for at least one second how painful it is to dance?
Pain.
The
To dance, which
Body.
I don't know that term. I know Odissi, and I know that dancers that do that dance form, which is comparable to this, if this is not a form of that, by the time they're 30,
Why is it so? Just because of the squat
and
kind
a
of stuff?
constant plie.
Oh,
Constant leg bend, which is a plie is a constant state of bending, but it's more than just that. It's the constant plie and the constant movement of the legs and the knees and the pounding on the ground with the bare feet. That you know, after 15 years of doing that, if you start dancing very, very young, professionally, let's say you're
Thighs
doing
of
this
a
at 15,
god.
yes, very strong thighs and knee problems before they're 30. And usually have to stop dancing by the time they're 30 for those who've done it professionally. And I know this directly from a stupid baby that does that professionally. And it's the biggest thing they have to face is knee issues.
And that's with a lot of athletes and performers.
Yeah, but this in particular is, it's also deceivingly hard at every other level in terms of cardio, in terms of the hands. I can't stress enough how much I recognize and know, partly because I've seen it before and partly because of this dancer, the hands.
Yeah.
And what they move into so fluidly, like those movements where they're like water.
Yeah.
But then also some of the finger shapes,
Yeah,
and
really...
the finger shapes are like as exacting as ballet. So we know about the disciplines of ballet and how ballet teachers are like, no, the line has to be. It's that way with the hands. Like every little, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The difficult level.
And I know
the difficulty level is unbelievable.
I know in India culture as well that the bells on the ankles is like very symbolic
Big deal.
for quite a few things.
And I'm sure we're missing a ton of stuff with the makeup and the costuming that's conveying
I believe
storytelling.
this was telling the story of Shiva.
Yeah, I know,
because I know they were doing
Shiva-centric.
the god Shiva that has the multiple arms, right?
Well, yeah, it wasn't the mother goddess, which is 8.
8.
Yeah, but because that's what it made me think of immediately, because I've been exposed to that with Kahani and
Yeah.
other things. It immediately drew me to that. And that's the other thing I would love to know is what's being told. I would love, and I will probably ask this stupid baby dancer about the story that's being told and what the hands are doing.
Yeah.
Because you could go through and stop it and show what each position is. Shiva Shambhoo means Shiva, the auspicious one, and acknowledges Shiva as a greater being beyond our dimension. Maha means great. Deva means God. So Shambho, again, means auspicious one. So the second line, Medeva Shambho, means great God, the auspicious one. Cool.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, I loved it.
Gorgeous. I just got so frustrated with the I would have preferred just a flat stationary shot straight on the whole time.
Well, not their fault. Unless they
Not the dancers' fault.
unless they edited it.
Well, and I could be way off. I mean, they may have said, well, yeah, but at that moment we made that shot because there wasn't anything germane to the front angle you needed to see.
Well,
They know more than I do.
Please let us know other dancers like famous, because I know like the famous Indian playback singers, like we've reacted to a few.
Yeah.
I know there's famous Indian. Not so much. I know because obviously there's a bunch of songs from Bollywood and Tollywood and stuff like that. Like if there's just performance dances like this, that even more, because usually those don't get copyrighted as much.
Yeah.
And so that helps us. Also, we get recommendations for those other ones all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
So if there's like these legendary of different types, doesn't have to be this type, because I know there's 1,000 different types with everything in India.
Yeah.
There's different types of singing, dancing, moving, talking.
Yeah, and I would like to know that as you say that, because what I'm about to reference has nothing to do with classical dance per se. But in American cinema, as you all know, as well as we do, for the most part, the old classic cinema had some of the greatest dancers in American history. Immediately that comes to mind are Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly. But there are also some ladies in there as well who were incredible dancers. And I'd like to know who are some of the dancers in Indian. I mean, we know Rithik, obviously. But is he equated? I think he is, because of his fluidity, but I don't know if he's technically, like Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire were technically considered some of the greatest dancers of all time, not just in film. I want to know that stuff too.
Yeah.
Like we could show you a clip from Singing in the Rain. I'd love to see a clip that it's like, okay, here's one of the quintessential moments, the dancing. Bunches of that.
Even if it's not like a famous dancer, like different cultures dancing of different
all of the above,
all over India.
All over India.
We're not just into like the film, but we want to explore all of Indian culture as possible.
Yeah, and exactly. It could be from the most remote region, and it's a style of dance that has really never gotten prominence. But if it's from India, we want to see it and know about it. Yeah. So this was beautiful.
Yeah, loved it.